Welcome to kathysright.com. I'm Kathy, and word by word, I am fighting the good fight for you. You see, my conservative friends and I have been talking, and we have decided we are keeping our country. So God bless America. Subscribe today. You know I'm right. So, did you see? You've seen the debate. I saw it again today.
No, I don't know how you watched it again because I didn't watch on television the actual debate. I only could do about 5 minutes, and it just made me angry. So I had to turn it off, and then I went to Twitter, and on Twitter everybody's posting clips of the main, and so I saw the clips. So that's how I saw it, because I couldn't just sit still and watch it on my television, because there's too much lying going on. I can't stand lies.
The lies were fast and furious. It was, for what I saw, it was lies about lies, which is amazing. That's a special kind of talent. There's Sunny Hostin on The View. She does that really well. She will lie while lying about another lie.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes talent.
Well, they've been doing it for years. You got to realize these people, and I say this to some of my friends.
Yes.
See, these journalists, they lie all 24/7. They're lying. 365, 24/7. And I say, these people, I wouldn't want to be in any kind of a relationship with them, because they're lying to their significant others and their family, because it's so easy for them.
It's too easy. That's what's scary. It's so natural to them, and they can do it with a straight face. That's what kills me.
They're doing it with their own, close associates as well. Yeah. How could you trust anything? Because it's just too easy. And I would want to have any kind of relationship with any liberals like that, because they're liars. Okay, they love to lie, and you can't believe anything they say. And so, and look at Joe Biden. I mean, 47 years. He's been lying. He's got videos of him. He's been lying for years.
Yes.
Years. So I just can't sit back and watch a bunch of lies. I'm just not cut out for it.
Mm-hmm.
Start lying, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not gonna watch. So, but the clips that they put on Twitter is awesome, because everybody's posting the clips, in real time, basically, And so I could see it, and then that's okay. They said this, but just to sit there and watch it continually on television, I couldn't do it.
And I become kind of numb to it, because I'll watch it. I know they're lying. Most of my friends can't watch the stuff I watch because of the very same thing. Sunny Hostin has blocked me from posting on her View page, because I catch her in lie after lie. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like a whole new level of lying.
Well, you see, you have some patience. You have a gift. I guess it's a gift, because I can't watch The View. I wouldn't dare sit down and watch The View. But I can read transcripts, because but to watch it coming out of their mouths, I can't do it. So the way I stay informed is I read transcripts of what people are saying. Even from The View, they lie all day long on The View. You're right about Sunny. So, but that's the only way. But I can't sit back and watch it come out of their mouths. I can't do that.
Because you get angry. That's what my husband gets angry. He can't watch anything like that. I'm sitting there going, they'll say something like, and we really need Joe Biden. I'm thinking, can they say that without going, oh my gosh. Okay, I know I'm full of it. But I mean, they could do it without laughing. That is amazing. But the thing is that they've been continuously doing it. If they say it long enough and loud enough, there's a lot of ignorant people that will believe them. That's why they're still on the air. But guess what? After Trump wins in 2020, after he's finished with his second term, I predict that CNN and The View and all of those people will take a nosedive, because they have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, they don't. And, and I'm even angry on Facebook. So I'm going down my Facebook page, because this is another thing. This is what upsets me with some of the Trump supporters. You see, Trump is a lot like me. I'm a lot like Trump. I'm a fighter, okay? And I have learned the game, and Trump knows the game. You
Yes.
cannot give Democrats any benefit of the doubt. You can't give them any rope or anything because they're evil people. They're not going to ever be fair, no matter how fair you are. That's how the Republican Party got. The Republican Party, the problem with it wants to be fair and nice. Democrats know that. That's why they punk them, basically. Punk them all the time. And then Trump comes in and they can't punk him. So the other people, some Republicans, I wish he wouldn't say that. I wish he didn't say it. You can't worry about what people think. And that's the problem with the Republican Party. And if Trump had been nice and all that, he never would have won in 2016. Because the Democrats are evil.
They are. They actually are. It's all about death and destruction for them.
Yeah.
It's all death and
They
destruction.
even destroy it. They say it. If you look at any of their stations, like I said, I read Newsbusters is a nice site. They have that's what all they do is just have the liberal, everything the liberal covers on the MSNBC, CNN, and you can read the transcript. They have the videos as well, but I can't watch the video, so the transcripts are there. And they will tell you they want to destroy you. Yeah. Democrats like to destroy their opponents. They're not
happy just to hurt your feelings. They want to destroy your life.
Everything about you. The children, they don't care who it is, your child, your husband, they want to destroy you and everything around you. So if you don't fight them back the way Trump is doing, you can't be nice to them. And so today, this is the funny thing. See, they always appeal to emotions. Yes. That's what they do. So it's obvious that Trump kicked Biden behind, and Trump went in and destroyed Biden. So guess what's trending on Twitter? Beau Biden. Because see, that's
the departed son.
Yeah, the one. So he's been using Beau to get sympathy all the time. That's how evil he is. He used his first wife's death for a while to get Beau some sympathy, emotion. And so, because Trump, so it was so funny. You said you watched it. This was the funny part. When Biden started talking about Beau, I don't know why he started talking about it, because the clip I showed, he was already talking about Beau. And Trump said, I don't know anything about Beau, but I know Hunter. And he got kicked out of the day. That was awesome. But a lot of people saw that he was sticking it in. So the Democrats on Twitter is trying to make Trump say, he's so evil. He's a poor Beau. Well, why were you talking about Beau to begin with? What did Beau have to do with anything?
He brought up his child, so that was he opened the gate for Trump to be able to talk about Hunter. And I really wish he would have driven that home, but because really when he was talking about job creations and things like that, and how Joe wasn't responsible for any job creations, in fact sent them overseas. But you know what? Joe was good at getting his son a job.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fine. I bet you he flew on an Air Force 2 or whatever plane.
Oh, yeah. So, but it's not only Joe's son. He's his brother and his sister as well. Joe's brother and sister, they have been enriched because of his position as a senator.
Yeah.
For years.
So he gets this cushy job. He got that cushy job with the Ukrainian company, and then he got that money from China for a job that he doesn't qualify to do and has no experience. And that's just the same. Think about it. They criticize Trump for having his family members work for him. But do you think about it? Right when Hillary Clinton's daughter Chelsea, when she graduated college, her first job was $900,000 a month
at a equity firm. What kind of firm was it? And she doesn't even have a degree in that. Her degree was in history. You know that, right?
Right.
And I was trying to figure out, because at first I thought maybe her degree was in it, because I didn't follow Chelsea. Yeah. So, I knew she had been to college and had graduated. So I just assumed when it was an equity firm, or what's the other name of it? But it was in finance. Okay, she went straight to Wall Street basically and got that cushy job. And I knew her dad's connection got it for her, but I thought at least she had a degree in finance. I have an MBA in finance, and I can't get that kind of, on Wall Street job.
Yeah.
I thought that, okay, well, she has a degree and he helped her out. Right. When I found out that she had a history degree, I was floored. I was like, okay, so basically she was just answering the phone for $900,000.
I wonder if she even had to do that.
Exactly. But at least it wasn't taxpayers' money.
Mhm.
See, the difference is she went and worked, you know, and I don't begrudge people having connections because I would, you know,
Oh,
we all want connections.
yes.
So at least it wasn't taxpayers' money that Chelsea was making, Chelsea.
Mhm.
But Joe Biden's family got all kind of contracts and deals.
Yeah.
His sister and his brothers have made millions over the years because of him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that he was getting them jobs, basically, at equity firms and things like that.
Mhm.
So he's been doing this for years. So so you're right. Trump was saying the only jobs that Joe Biden got for anybody was his family members. He didn't get
Yep.
American citizens jobs.
He sent our jobs overseas.
Yes.
Remember, and Obama said, "Oh, they're not coming back," and that, "Oh, what's Trump going to do? Wave a magic wand?"
Yeah. This is on video. But
Yes.
see, a lot of they think we're stupid. That's what upsets me. That angers me. But see, their followers are stupid. So if you have a group of supporters who are stupid, you think everybody's stupid. You don't know how
Yeah.
to differentiate between anybody else, and that's why they do this stuff. They
And it
say,
insults your intelligence. It makes me mad
yes,
because it's insulting my intelligence because they act like I don't remember. Or they'll say you're seeing something that you're not seeing.
yeah,
You know, they do that often. I was watching The View one time, and you know, my husband's retired now, so he's always around. And I'm watching The View, and there was a writer on there, and he was talking about this black lady who he wrote a book. This instigated him writing this book. Okay, I can't remember his name, but it's not important. So, but anyways, and so you see in this video, and so they put the video up, and we're all watching the video. And he goes, and she was ferociously, brutally, you know, yanked from her car. And then you see the bit while he's describing the situation, you see her casually get out of the car because she was yelling at the cop. The cop didn't even touch her. She walks around the car, and then they go, oh, later she committed suicide. So while he's describing, and I'm like, I said, he's not touching her. He said she was ripped from her car. And so I called my husband and said, come see this. They're telling me my eyes are lying to me because they're saying that he ripped her from a car. Well, how do you do that without touching somebody? And that they do that continuously. And it made me think, how many times have I watched something like when they said, the news people said, oh, these peaceful protesters while the building was burning up behind them?
exactly.
And
Yeah,
they're telling you don't see what you're seeing. Let me tell you what you're seeing.
exactly. Wow. Well, just like Joe Biden said last night, Antifa is an idea.
Mm-hmm.
They're not real, even though we have tons of videos, tons.
It's an idea, and they're international. They're not just here anymore. They're
Exactly.
international. They're organized.
Right. You're just exactly right.
But we're not
Exactly
supposed to
right.
think about that. You know, I don't adhere to any of these groups, but they were talking about the super racist group, the Proud Boys. So
The
I
Proud
posted
Boys
the
are not-
picture. They're not. I know the
And they-
founder is biracial. The founder of the but
and they have several different races within them. And they know this though.
mm-hmm. But they're
They know
still
this.
saying it though.
They're still saying it because they're trying to cover for Black Lives Matter and it's an insult
It
on my
really is.
intelligence. And a lot of the Proud Boys. So these people get thrown. Anybody that's not for them, any group that comes together as patriots are white supremacists.
Yes.
That's the thing.
You know, before I had my picture on Facebook, I didn't have my picture, and I would just say stuff, you know, conservative stuff. This is before Trump, and people said you're a racist. I'm like, serious? I'm like a 58-year-old woman, black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband's a white dude. My kids are all mixed up. You know, it's just, but I'm the racist.
You say you have a white husband. Well, you know, now you're considered a white privilege. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, you don't have the black experience. Well, I don't know what the black experience is.
I don't either. Or what are black issues that they keep talking about? Oh, somebody said to me, Kathy, don't you want to elect someone who's interested in fixing your issues? My issues is I don't want high taxes. My issues is illegal immigration. That's my issue. My issue is I want my kids to go to school choice.
Yep. Thank you. You know what? That angers me. How are you going to tell me what my issues are? I have a brain.
Mm-hmm.
My issues are you, and I have to tell people that too, because I was born and raised in the South in a small town,
Mhm.
And some of those people are still there, and they say dumb stuff about, oh, don't you get tired of this happening to you? No, I said, that hasn't happened to me. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I
That hadn't
know.
happened to me. So if it happens to you, it happened to me too, automatically, because
Right.
if we're black. That's stupidity.
It really is. And a
I'd
lot of
be
it,
ashamed to say something like that. I'd
a
be too
lot of it
embarrassed
is,
to say it.
it's a lot about presentation. And for black people, black women in general, a lot in your life is about presentation. You act like a lady, people treat you like a lady.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and so I'll give you an example. One time I went into the Michaels. I'm an artist. I do oil paintings. And I was going into Michaels, right? And I was looking beat up because I had my baby with me. This is a long time ago. I had my baby with me, and I don't wear nice clothes to paint. So I had to run in there and just get a big old tube of white, acrylic paint. And
Uh-huh.
I probably had a do-rag on or something. It was just for painting. And my son kept taking my keys out of my purse, and I was putting them back in. Then I get out of Michael's and I can't find my keys. So I go back in and I'm looking and looking. And this lady like clutched her purse like that, like I was going to steal something. And I asked the manager, could he please help me? Because I'd already been looking for an hour. This young boy, he looked like he was 12. He goes, what do I look like, a metal detector? And I almost cried. I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, right? So I said, honey, maybe that's racism. Maybe that was what it's like. So, but the
Mm-hmm.
next day, I left my name and number because my husband came and got me a key for my van back then. And I left my name and number. So the next day I come, and me and my friend, we are going out to lunch and shopping. So she likes to dress to the nines. So of course I had to step up my game and dress to the nines too. I said, I got to stop and pick up my key because they called and said they found my key. I walk in there and I'm looking good, right? I had my hair done, everything was, and then I walk through there. Ma'am, can I help you? Are you finding everything okay? Is everything
Uh-huh.
okay? Completely different. And
Uh-huh.
I said I came for my keys. You're the one with the keys? I go, yeah, it was me. He was looking at me like, oh, maybe he remembered what he said to me.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know, so the only difference, I'm the same person. The only difference was I was dressed like a bum the first day.
Exactly.
And
Well,
then,
that's a funny story because have you heard of a Duck Dynasty?
yes,
Okay, well, Willie, I think one of the sons. Well, they're millionaires, but
yeah,
you know how they dress. They don't care about how they look. And
hmm,
he was in New York City, and he had to use the restroom. He was in Manhattan,
hmm.
and he walked into a hotel and said, can you show me your restroom? And the guy said, sure. And he said the guy led him right on back out of the door.
Oh my gosh,
Because he's the way he looked, and he
yeah,
told that story, and it was hilarious because he wore those overalls, and
yeah,
the
that
so the guy
long
thought he
beard,
was a bum. He didn't know he was Willie Duck or whatever.
yeah.
So looks out. Your appearance has a lot to do with
Presentation.
anything.
It's a
Yeah.
lot about present. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in Europe, I actually got to meet Sylvester Stallone. And he told me like that was with his first wife. That was a long time. She was really nice. But anyway, that was before he had done Rocky. He was getting ready to do a movie called Victory. He had lost a lot of weight for it. Anyways, he was telling me about his story. About I was asking him, how did you get into the business? Because I was going to be a film major, right? How did he
Mhm.
do? What he was telling me how bad it was, how bad it got when he was writing Rocky. He didn't have money for curtains in his apartment, so he had to paint. He painted the windows to be the curtains. And he said, Kathy, I looked so bad that I went into this convenience store to get some food, and the manager pulled a gun on me and said, we don't want any trouble here. So Sylvester Stallone. I mean, he said that he goes, we don't want any trouble here. And he's like, what? He didn't realize he was looking that bad. That happens to people, and that's something that happens to all people. But
Exactly.
there are a whole bunch of other things that people are treated badly for, like obesity,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
somebody's like a girl might be homely or something. Some people are shy, and people don't treat them right because they're shy. There's a lot of things going on
Yeah.
that people have issues with. If everybody was the exact same color, we would still find some reason to hate
Exactly.
on somebody.
And see, when I took my undergrad, my undergrad is in psychology, and I had to take social psychology classes.
Mhm.
And I was a grown woman when I went back to school. I was in the military, but I had come back at my 30s at the time. And that's when I learned how other people see you in that class. You'd be surprised how you're viewed by others. Because
Mhm.
I used to wonder, because I used to smile a lot. It was just, and people used to describe me as the girl with the big smile. And I
Aw.
was skinny then too. I was like 100-something pounds and smile. Well, I didn't realize I was being taken as somebody just by the smile and grinning all the time, as a fool or somebody they could make, probably make a fool out of or
Aw.
come up to me and I used to wonder why people would just come up to me all the time.
Yeah, why me?
And then whatever they would say or whatever they would try to do, and then when I would get them told, especially men, they would say, "I didn't know you had all that," and I would think, well, "What did you think I was gonna say?"
Yeah.
But why do you think that you're gonna get away with that, saying that to me, or let's go out or whatever? It's total strangers.
Mhm.
And when I took that class, I learned how people see. So any woman plus I had big eyes, a woman with big eyes is seen as submissive.
Innocent.
Automatically
Yeah.
submissive. And if you smile a lot, you're considered an idiot, basically.
Yeah, I smile a lot. Yeah, I've had people treat me like I was a dumb blonde. I'm not kidding. And
just by the smile, they
yeah.
walk up. I used to wonder, why do people just walk up to me all the time? They're strangers. So I made myself stop smiling in public. Just have a
Aw.
straight face.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because if you're walking around, here comes an idiot. I didn't know that. That's how people see you. So I don't do that anymore. But that was years ago. I stopped that. Once I took that class, I said, no wonder everybody kept running up to me. You know what?
Yeah. You don't know. It's like you relearn those lessons over and over in life. I mean, you took psychology. So I remember taking some psychology a little bit while I was in school. And there's psychology in colors. And so, like, for instance, like if you would, I could write a book about it, but there's a psychology to, like, when I put all black on, I'm putting on my bitch clothes. Those are my bitch clothes. But
Okay.
if I'm feeling aggressive, I put on the red, Now, if I want somebody to do something for me, I wear pink. It's been proven that people are
Wow.
nicer to people when they wear pink.
Wow. I did not know that. I didn't know that.
That is
red
true.
is my color. Red is my color.
Yeah, I like red too.
It's another thing women need to realize. If you say you're a lady, then you need to dress like one. People say you should be able to dress the kind of way you want to. Men are always gonna judge you by the way you dress. So I remember when I was still living in California, I was part of the local GOP, and we had this Christmas party. And I'm very busty. I always have been, and I don't like showing any cleavage or any of that. I don't do that on purpose. I wouldn't dare. Well,
I try not to too.
Every dress that I found, that I don't know why they made the dresses like that. So why don't they have a dress that covers this up? So finally I had to get a dress, like that, So I walk in and all the guys, and I was the only black there. It's Orange County, California. All the guys was running up to me and just grinning, and I knew then what it was. So I put my coat on, because it was winter. I put my coat on and kept it on the rest of the night, because they were running. I knew exactly why they were running up to me.
Yeah, it attracts a different kind of attention.
Exactly. I don't want that kind of attention. So that's the only time that ever happened to me, and I'll make sure it never happened again, because I didn't even want that dress, but every dress on the rack was like that. Every one of them. So I said, oh, I see this happen. I mean, they would just run, old men, young men, middle, all of them were just running up to me. And I said, well, they probably think I'm something, you know what I'm saying? So I put my coat on, and I left it on, my winter coat, and I kept it on the entire time.
Yeah, one time I used to take my kids to softball practice and baseball and all of those sports that they did. And my son said to me, because I just wore jeans and a t-shirt right now, I'm heavy on top too. But anyways, I just put on jeans and a t-shirt, and my son said, Mom, I don't think you should wear that anymore. I'm like, why? And I realized when I got home, it showed my figure. And he could see that. He was a little boy. I said, oh my gosh. So I said, now if I was out of shape, I could have gotten away with it. But at the time I had been working out and stuff like that. I realized, you know what? I don't want to embarrass my son.
Exactly.
Anymore. Because so now I try to wear things that are more flowy, so that I don't want that kind of attention. I'm a
Me
married
neither.
lady.
I don't want it. You know, some women would love to have it, that kind of attention. I don't
Yeah.
want that kind of attention because that's not the kind of lady I am.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So your appearance means a lot, and then also your attitude. Okay, you're talking about I'm being mistreated by the police. You know, I mean, I've been pulled over by the police. They've never, and I don't care how young they are. I said, officer. You know.
Oh yeah. I always look at the name tag, and then
Yeah.
40 times I've been pulled over because I speed.
Yeah.
Me and my mama and my daughter, we all, because I don't know what happens to us when we get in the car.
Yeah,
But,
I know. And
but
I don't think 40 times, but I've been pulled over a lot because I've lived a lot of places
yeah.
because I'm military, you know, I'm retired military. So I've lived and I've been pulled over by all kinds of cops.
I'm
And
just saying 40 because it's at least once a year. You know what I mean? It's at least once a year. No tickets so
I've never
far.
been disrespected. I've never been pulled out of the car and cussed out. My car's never been searched. None of that. Why? It's because when they pull me, first of all, I'm guilty. First of all,
Yeah.
I know that. And when they pull me
You usually
over,
know it too.
yeah.
You do know it, but I always say, what did I do?
I mean, that's, I know. Well, one time it was, they call them traps or whatever.
Mhm.
If you don't stop, because you know, they say they don't have a, what is it?
Radar.
Quota. They say they don't have a quota, but I believe they do.
I believe so too.
One time when I was living in Texas, I was stationed in Texas, and I was coming out of my apartment complex,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no cars coming, and I stopped, but I didn't stop long enough. So, and the cops was waiting right there, so I knew they would try. And the minute I pulled out, here comes the cops, and he says, "You didn't hesitate. Well, you didn't stop long enough. You're supposed to stop so many seconds." And I knew then that was a quota getter right there, because there was no cars coming, and I did stop, but I didn't stop. So you know, but still, when
You're
they come to the
respectful.
car,
Be respectful.
yeah,
I always look at the name tag because that makes it more of a human to human, connection. I said, Officer Gonzalez, Officer whatever his name is on the tag, and I go, what did I do? I don't argue with them because
Why would
you can talk.
What's the reason arguing anyway? And
I-
even when they say you can come to court and fight this ticket, I just say it because I know I'm not going to win.
I did it.
Who's going to believe me or the police officer?
Yeah.
But I'm probably guilty anyway. So
My husband gets tickets all the time, though. Every time he gets pulled over, because he argues with them. He argues. He goes, "What'd you pull me over for?" You know, complete. He argues, and my mom, who's usually really sweet, she got pulled over on Gellhorn, which is the same. It's like a speed trap, and she knows it. You know, there's always a place for them to hide, and so she got pulled over, and she was mad at my sister, I think, and she goes, "You pulled me over because I'm black." And he goes, "Well, ma'am, I was going to give you a warning, but now that you've called me a racist, I might have to give you a ticket." And she goes, "Oh, never mind, officer, your honor, sir."